again, all disease, not just cancer, it's a deficiency of some type of a nutrient, or it's a toxicity, and there's always a toxicity. It can be a toxicity plus a deficiency, or it can just be the toxicity. But if you can address those two things, then you've got a chance of actually resolving the situation. And of those toxicities, we have defined 7 different toxicities. And the 7 toxicities are heavy metals. Second one is persistent organic pollutants. Third one is opportunistics, the bacteria, virus, spirochetes, mycoplasma, yeast, those type of things. Meaning something that needs it needs a opportunity to set up house. A yeast, for example, a fungus would not affect you unless you're immunocompromised. So the first toxicity, heavy metals, or the second toxicity, persistent organic pollutants, the chemicals, will suppress the immune system that allows for that third toxicity, the opportunistic, to actually set up house. Then the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh toxicities, they're a little bit more esoteric. Fourth one is energetics, ambient cell phone radiation, electromagnetic radiation, that type of stuff. Fifth one, emotional, psychological. Sixth one, food, not what is in the food that we eat, but what's done to the food, the genetic modification, the irradiation, the homogenization, pasteurization, that type of stuff. And then the seventh one is spiritual.
I've read about your cancer protocol, and you have something that you call RSODA. Can you talk about what your RSODA is? Is it a vaccine? What is RSODA?
RSODA is an acronym that stands for Autogenous Antigen Receptor Specific Oncogenic Target Acquisition.
I'm glad you called it RSODA.
Yeah, RSODA.
I couldn't remember that. AARSOTA.
That's right, RSODA.
Okay.
AARSOTA, exactly. So autogenous means your body's own. Antigen receptor specific means it's specific to an antigen receptor site that we're collecting, that we isolate from the urine, similar to what Brzezinski does, except he's coming up with the anti-neoplasms that are universal across the board, and we're saying that the antigen receptor sites in everybody's tumor is unique just as their DNA is unique, specific to them. So it's an autogenous, body's own, antigen receptor specific to the DNA of that individual. Autogenous antigen receptor specific, oncogenic, meaning cancer, target acquisition, meaning it's acquiescing the target. It helps the body's immune system to identify what's being foreign. So cancer, first and foremost, is a problem with the immune system. You cannot have cancer if you have an intact immune system. If you have cancer, you don't have an intact immune system. If people say, oh no, my immune system's fine, then you can't have cancer. You can't have two. Okay, those two things can't live together. If it's an immune system that's compromised, you can have cancer. If you have a cancer, you have to, by definition, have a compromised immune system. So part of this is we have to stimulate the immune system, we have to repair the immune system. So there's 5 phases that we use when we deal with cancer patients. The first is systemic detoxification, as we've talked about. The second one is physiological optimization. So we want to optimize the entire physiology to that of the highest possible level that we can. In quantum physics lingo, this would be achieving 0 point. So we're trying to get maximum benefit, maximum output with minimal expenditure of energy. The third phase is immune modulation. We want to repair the immune system, train the immune system to start working again. Fourth one is the target acquisition, or to acquiesce the target, meaning, again, I'm prior military, so you have to first identify the target. And the problem is the immune system many times doesn't identify the cancer as being foreign because the cancer mimics a fetus. Alpha-fetoprotein, human coronary artery, and gonadotropin, these are non-specific markers of cancer, but they're also markers of pregnancy. When you do a pregnancy test, you're looking for HCG. When you do alpha-fetoprotein for women for amniocentesis, that's a marker of pregnancy, but it's also a marker, non-specific marker for cancer. So the cancer mimics a fetus, so the body doesn't respond to it. So we have to now show the body that this is not natural. This thing that's growing in here, it's not supposed to be left alone. It's actually supposed to be attacked. And so we have to train the body to acquiesce that target. So we basically, it's like flipping on night goggles, and all of a sudden you realize who's foreign and should be, which are the aliens that need to be eliminated and which are not, if you believe in science fiction movies, like that. I think that aliens are all friendly if there are aliens out there, but anyway, you understand what I'm saying. That's a different part. You don't want to know that part about Dr. Buttar, right?
No, I want to know everything.
We're going to go out and see our UFO buddies next week, right, Ty?
That sounds good. Sounds good.
And so that's the fourth part, and then the fifth part is maintenance. So you've got the first one, systemic detoxification, second one, the physiological optimization, third one, immune modulation, fourth one, target acquisition, and the fifth step is maintenance. And that's how we deal with cancer.